Hello, my name is Zack Wiggins, and my speech is over the topic single parenting. The purpose of my speech is not intended to offend anyone and was approved by both of my parents. Single parenting is a major topic affecting not only parents, but also the kids. Obviously, I can't speak from the parental side of it, but I can speak from the kids' side. The topic, yes, is more on the negative side, but somehow to cope with it, you have to find the positives. One positive I've really learned to take was you always get 2 Christmases and 2 birthdays. Depending how you take it will depend on how the positive and negatives views you look at. Many kids in the U.S. grow up with single parents, around 50% to be exact. After court ruling, custody is split in 3 different ways. First being joint custody, meaning the kids see the parents an equal amount of time, which falls around 14%. Another being the mother having majority custody, meaning the mother has priority of the kids majority of the time, which falls around 74%, leaving the remaining 12% being the father having majority custody. When the kids are younger, the restrictions tend to be followed on a more strict rule, and seeing both parents becomes more a priority in the schedule. And not really like whenever I sit down and make my schedule for the week, I say Monday I have to see mom at 4, and Wednesday I have to see dad at 6. But meaning when life gets more serious and school gets more complicated, it's hard to make time for things like that. Staying in contact with both parents is very important and relies heavily on the parent's shoulders. No parent wants to lose contact with their kid, especially at a young age. Being a kid and going through parents' divorce isn't easy. But when you're younger and not knowing really what's going on, it makes it a little bit easier instead of the divorce happening later on in life. From the personal side, I fall into that 74%, which has made a very large impact on my life. Growing up in a house with just me and my mom since I was 3, my dad living 3 to 4 hours away, has forced a pretty strong friendship on my mother, to say the least. In ways that I tell her mostly everything, mostly. I go to her for anything, advice, and she was basically my taxi driver for the first 16 years of my life. Some kids look up to their father as maybe a coach or instructor, but falling into that 74% has always made that difficult and more of a self-reliant task, which I believe has made me work harder and fight harder for things that I want rather than just having it handed to me. Don't get me wrong, my dad is still my biggest male role model in life, but maintaining that strong relationship has always been hard. Even though he is 3 to 4 hours away, I know he'll always be there when I need it. A big part of that comes with the maturity and willingness to be able to look past it and take the good from it. When I was younger and couldn't drive, my mom would always either meet my dad halfway or just drive me all the way there. And the length of the drive never really set in. I would just sit in the back seat and play games with my phone or stare wondrously out the window and ask, are we there yet? Are we there yet? But whenever you finally turn 16 and have to make that drive alone, you can really learn a lot about yourself. Single parenting will always occur throughout people's lives, but making it a positive is very necessary. Both parents, regardless, should have a large impact on the kids' lives if they're 5 or 25. There should never be a competition of who's the favorite parent or which parent I like the most, but they should always remain a dominant role. If I could go back and change it, I wouldn't. It has made me who I am today, and I believe that I've made the best that I could. Thank you.